This is a quick overview of the Seldon Webforms system. This video is intended to give the viewer a sense of the look and feel of the Seldon experience. It's not a comprehensive training guide on how to use the system. Seldon Webforms is a low-cost solution that allows vendors to trade EDI documents with retailers. For this demo, I'm using a test account with dummy data, so there may be inconsistency in the data presented on the screen. To access Seldon Webforms, the user signs into their Arcadia Online account. Webforms is an option that appears on the main menu. Selecting Webforms brings us to the Inbox page. On the left of the page appear three main sections. The first section contains the Inbox, Sent functional acknowledgements, and Receive functional acknowledgement choices. The second section lists the document types the users might trade with her customers. Current document types include purchase orders, purchase order acknowledgements, purchase order changes, product activity data, invoices, advanced shipping notifications, planning schedules, and requests for pickup. Note that these documents flow in the way you would expect if the user is a vendor. The purchase order is received by the user, but the invoice and ASN are sent by the user. The third section is for users who trade with their own vendors. This section includes outbound purchase orders and incoming invoices. On the far right of the screen is some more advanced options that we're only going to touch on briefly. Here you can control settings such as how many grid line items appear per page. The user can also set up and maintain their own item master tables, which can be handy in completing outbound documents. The middle portion of the screen lists the items in the inbox. Each line represents an EDI transmission that has been sent to the user. The user has the option of being notified via email when a new transmission arrives. We can see the message sender and the status of the message, which on this page is either received or not received. The action box shows the user her options for each message. In this case, selecting an action of receive and pressing the go button will cause Seldon Webforms to take the contents of the message and move them to the correct subfolder. So in other words, if the message contains purchase orders, Seldon will receive the documents into the purchase order folder. By clicking on the purchase order option on the left, we can switch from the inbox to the purchase order folder. This page allows you to search by sender name to narrow down the list of items. Let's search for Target. Note that the system tells you if a document has been read. Here we can drill down and view the contents of an inbound document, and we can download the document in a PDF format. Back on the purchase order list screen, each entry has a list of actions that can be performed for each document. These actions are unique to each trading relationship. For example, the user may have an option of creating a purchase order acknowledgement for one retailer, but that option may not appear for another retailer depending on each retailer's requirements. For this document, we can see that the action choices are to create a turnaround ASN and create a turnaround invoice. Let's select create a turnaround invoice and hit the go button. Seldon Webform uses the purchase order as a basis for creating a new invoice. The user is then presented with the invoice and has the option to make changes to it. Once the document is how the user wants it, she can save the document or save and release. Release will create the invoice document in the ANSI format required by the trading partner, and it will be on its way. By navigating to the outbound invoices folder, the user can access the list of all the invoices she has created. Creating a turnaround ASN is similar to the turnaround process for the invoice. All documents can be viewed online or downloaded in PDF format to be treated as paper documents. This has been a quick overview of the most basic functions of Seldon Webforms. Because Seldon is a table-driven system, the flow can be dynamically tailored to each client's needs. Some of our clients have made use of our item master and conversion tables to add custom screens for functions such as calculating how much product will fit on each truck and determining the number of trucks needed for a purchase order. The point here is that although Seldon starts as a basic form application, it can be extended to include very advanced functionality.